appreciate that you're here. This movie, what year was it? 1986. And we're still here.
You're so cute.
You're so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, these might say Hellraisers on it. That's so professional. And you have a chopping mall shirt.
That's right. That's right.
How many people have seen this multiple times?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's fantastic. That's really
Why? No, because I'm going to be honest with you. Because when when this movie first came out, I was like, it's kind of cheesy. I mean, its score on IMDb, if you've looked recently, is 20.
Oh, no.
And so for years, I actually was, kind of, I put it in a different category than my other stuff. I was like, well, it's kind of cheesy, it's kind of silly.
That's the love of it, though, I think, because it is
But but this is the thing. You guys have won me over because I've seen it grow in popularity over the years, and it plays on everything. And I think there's new fans all the time of this movie.
Which is great.
And so I've come to accept it now.
After years of therapy.
Yes.
Yeah. What's wonderful is, when you're making a movie, you make a movie, and then you think you're done, and you move on, and we've stayed friends and all with some of the other actors as well. But you don't think anything about it. You don't think it has legs, or it's going to continue, or have wonderful fans like you guys. You just think you did it, it's done. But it's incredible how this is maintained, an interest from everybody. And I think it is because it's the 80s, it's kitschy, it really represents that time period.
Right.
And it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Dick Miller's in it.
You clumsy son of a bitch! Look what you did. I ought to turn you into scrap metal for this.
I mean, that guy, Dick Miller. And when I first got the role, I believe I did this after Reanimator. I showed up and our call time was like 6 at night, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Why are we getting called at 6 at night? I didn't know it was a night shoot until I got there. I was a newbie. I just didn't know, and I thought, why are they shooting, at this time? Then I got there and they said, well, the mall is closed, and that's why we're shooting overnight. And I was like, oh no, I haven't slept. I'm gonna be so tired. So those were my first night shoots. I'd never done a night shoot before.
And any of you been to the Galleria, Sherman Oaks Galleria, when it was stores?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You must be very old.
Valley Girl.
Oh, Valley Girl. Did Valley Girl
Terminator 2,
shoot there
Terminator
too?
2, Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yes.
Yeah.
I went there recently, and it was like
gone.
office buildings.
It's all gone.
It's
I mean,
weird.
there's a couple of
It's
shops,
like
that's
weird
it.
now. Yeah, it was sad, but we move on.
But we're going to start the movie.
Yeah, so
And we'll do
yeah,
a
we'll talk
Q&A
after.
So
after.
next,
Okay.
there's gonna be a Q&A after. We do beers afterward and chat about it. For those of you who haven't come before, how many haven't been to one of our screenings before? Damn it! Every time it's like everyone's new. I guess that's good, but once a month we do it. Send in suggestions you have to the Instagram. I keep track of it. A bunch of people wanted Frankenhooker last year. We did Frankenhooker. That's how I keep track. So if there's something you really want to see, like Shopping Mall, which was me making this happen because I love this movie.
Thank you.
Body Snatchers next month. Tremors, I haven't announced it yet, but Ron Underwood, the director, is going to come.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we do VHS screenings of weirder stuff. But anyway, afterwards we'll do a Q&A. They're going to be out in the lobby afterwards with a table with a bunch of merch and do autographs.
Yeah,
and
we're
stuff.
doing it like a special price. Normally at conventions we charge $40, $60, but for you guys it's only $20 because you've already paid for a ticket to come see the movie.
And that includes if you want a signed autograph picture, or if you brought anything. Plus,
Yeah, if you brought
it includes a selfie.
A
with you guys.
Reanimator, whatever, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you want. I'll sign your body.
That's a great tattoo idea. By the way, Barbara.
They've done that.
Yeah.
People have done that before.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank
Enjoy
you
the
guys.
movie.
We'll see you afterwards.
They broke into the mall for the wildest all-night party of their lives.
Get that meat.
But you're never alone in the chopping mall.
What's that? Robot blood.
shopping mall, where shopping costs you an arm and a leg.
So
How many have ever seen it with one of the actors in the screening before? Anyone?
Never.
Yeah, you have? Oh, no.
way more fun that way.
Good.
Yeah, it's so March 1986. I'm curious. Well, before we get into questions about the movie, I wanted to just ask both of you, since we're all here horror movie enthusiasts, what your respective favorite horror movie is as a fan.
Oh, wow.
If you have an answer.
I think I have to go old school. I'm growing up, The Exorcist scared the shit out of me. So I think it's always stuck in my mind as one of the scariest.
That
Old
was
world.
that was the first horror movie that I ever saw in a theater, was The Exorcist, and I was so scared that I left halfway through and I walked home because it was still light out. Because I lived the farthest away from my friends, and it took me another 20 years before I watched that movie. I was so scared. But my favorite is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know, I just love it so much. I knew Gunnar Hansen, but I loved it even before I knew him.
Yeah.
And then I met him and he was so nice to me, and then I was like, it's really my favorite movie now.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, classics.
Or Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Yeah, so this movie, I think all of us in here probably agree. There's this tone amongst 80s horror movies that I know that people talk about how great this one is in particular, where there's some that go full kitsch, and some that go dead serious, take itself dead seriously, but Jim did a great job at making it kind of 50-50.
Yeah.
Great one-liners, but also, did it feel on the day as funny as it is once you see it in the theater?
No, I don't think I thought it was funny at the time.
Yeah,
I played it
yeah.
straight, but I have to say I liked it more tonight watching it. This is my favorite time watching it, and maybe because I'm far enough away from it now and I haven't seen it in a while, and there were some tender moments and some
There is.
sweet
He
moments.
can toe the line on both. I think it's just, I appreciate the one-liners hit way harder because it's like kind of mildly taking itself seriously, and then it'll go straight to, I guess I'm just not too used to running through a mall away from killer robots.
Yes.
Some very funny
Nobody
lines.
acknowledges that in the cast. It's like, well.
Yeah, like we're just dealing with it like it's another day occurrence.
How are the robots to work with? They're great, and there's the Jaws story about the shark not working, but they look like pretty functional.
I think they say, in the industry, never work with kids, dogs, or robots.
Was it that bad? Was it?
I think they moved slower when we were making the movie, because they sped it up at different times, because they weren't, they didn't actually go up and down the escalator.
Yeah.
FYI, that was magical that they made that happen.
Actually, they didn't realize at one point, you're right, because they made it too big. They wanted it to go up the escalator, but they made it too wide. It's actually
That one shot, I was curious how they did that. It was like apple boxes or something. When you see it coming up the escalator.
Yeah, I forget how they tricked that.
They probably took it apart.
Yeah, they just didn't show the bottom part of it, because I asked the same thing, many years ago. I saw it again and I was like, how did you guys do that again? Yeah, it was just trickery with the camera angle.
How was the chemistry of you guys? Is pretty great amongst the cast.
We had so much fun.
We had
Did
a blast.
it seem like
We did.
did you guys have fun
Yes.
offset as well? Like I know it's night shoot, so it's harder, but
I think most of the time, though, we, like you said, it's a night shoot, so we did our thing and we just went home to our respective places, and we really didn't hang out. Maybe we got there a little early, we would hang out a little, but we were all kind of new and starting out, so we're on a kind of an even plane. And so there was no attitude or anything from anybody.
it felt very real and like natural amongst you guys.
Yeah, and I made a forever friend in Kelly Maroney, because we've been friends, really good friends to this day.
Who actually wanted to be here, but she had something.
Yeah,
In fact,
she had something to
she
do.
wanted to FaceTime.
And I thought, when we were making the movie, I thought Russell Todd was so handsome. Come on, wasn't he such a babe? Right? Yeah, and I remember Carrie Emerson had this long dark hair, and it was very much, mine was like crimped, I did it on purpose, but hers was kind of natural. And I remember asking her, how do you do your hair? You're so pretty. Oh my God, tell me all your secrets.
So were there any, I'm curious, in a shoot like this in the Glendale Gallery, open during the day, you guys shot at
Sherman
night.
Oaks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sherman Oaks Gallery. Open during the day, you guys shot during the night, and then it reopened. You didn't own the location. I heard that store was like not the furniture store. You guys stored the equipment in during the day when the mall was open. Was this a very difficult shoot, or was it fun, or?
I don't think it didn't feel like it was difficult.
No, a night shoot is different than anything else because you flipped your clock, of course. So you're working all night, and then, it's a little strange, for that. But otherwise, no. I mean, to be running around this mall trying to live, and I had shopped there for so many years. So now being chased by killer robots, it was kind of cool. And, shooting everything up, and then the crowbars, and all the drama.
I heard that the Kelly's fall, or the stunt doubles fall for Kelly off the 3rd floor. I heard that Jim actually jumped off the 2nd floor and broke his rib doing so and didn't tell
I
anybody.
don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
I
might
guess he
not
was
have
trying to
been there.
convince her it was going to be okay.
Oh,
to do
really?
it. Yeah.
And he broke his ribs?
That's what I read. It's online. It's probably true. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't think they expected this movie to,
well, Roger Corman and Julie produced it, right?
Yeah.
And 800K or something crazy. I mean, it feels like much. I love Roger Corman movies,
The
but
Big Explosion was pretty.
yeah,
good.
there's a lot of
couple
production.
really
There's a
good
lot of
stuff like
production
that.
value
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do any of the stories stand out from the shoot itself? We'll throw it to you guys pretty shortly here, because I know you want to get out into the lobby also, but.
It's stories. Do you remember stories?
I mean, it was so long ago.
I know, it's such a long time ago.
I do, you guys may know this or may not know this, but the movie was originally supposed to be called Killbots.
And shopping will never be the same. Killbots.
Some of you know that. And they tested that title and it didn't do very well. So then they tested Chopping Mall, and even though nobody got chopped in the movie, they're like, that's a much better title. So
Great title.
Where shopping will cost you an arm and a leg.
That's right.
The tagline.
Yeah. One of the best posters. I love the
Yeah,
posters.
they're
Nothing
great.
to do with the movie, with the robot arm and all that, but it's
And the music, did you like that
great
music?
score.
Yeah, great score.
Great score, great makeup. I love the head explosion. I heard, by the way, that your death scene had to be cut down in order to avoid an X rating. The stunt person that got burned, the original version of the burn is way longer.
Much longer.
And I was like,
I didn't
right.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to throw it to you guys. This is really more for you guys. Okay, so let me see if this other mic is live, and maybe I wonder if I could recruit somebody to help possibly with this mic. This is going to work. Yes. How about just if you do a question, maybe give it to the next person, if anyone else. Here you go.
I'm not gonna catch that. So, hi. I love this movie so much.
That's great,
I've seen
thank
it
you.
probably a dozen times. It's the first time with a crowd this large. By the way, amazing experience watching it with everybody. Yeah. Guys, here's some. I feel like we've been so blessed in recent years to see Miss Crampton come back into acting and producing a lot of movies. And I was just wondering, Mr. Todd, I read something online that said you're getting more back into acting. Is it possible we're going to see you in more stuff? Is it possible for a collaboration?
Yeah,
We'd be
I'd
very
love
excited.
to collaborate with Barbara. So that'd be fantastic. You know anybody?
I wish I did. Sir.
I took 25 years off. I became an agent. You know what Steadicam operators are?
Yeah.
Very specialized guys that move through shots, men and women. So I had an agency, and I sold that a couple of years ago. And since then, I'm in a movie called Stiletto, which is a thriller with Gigi Gustin starring in it. It comes out in January. It's going to be in 1,500 theaters, so they're really going to be pushing this movie.
Isn't it premiering at? I'll just tell these people. I don't know because I know this.
What's that?
information. It's premiering at Fantastic Fest.
Actually,
Awesome.
that might have changed. Someone, I can't say who, but someone very big.
Oh, I know.
And
I know.
we can't say. Someone very big in the horror world has
Yeah.
bought the film because he truly believes in it.
Yeah, there's a remake happening
No.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Tropical.
Oh, you think Tropical? No, this is called Stiletto.
No, of Stiletto,
Yeah, but it's going to be coming out in a lot of theaters and in Europe at the same time.
Big guy bought it and is going to put it out.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Big,
That's awesome.
really big.
And then there's another movie called If It Bleeds, which I just did with Chrissy Fox, Doug Jones, Dee Wallace, and I play a very nosy, nerdy neighbor, which was a great thing. I never get a chance to play that kind of character.
And I've seen both of the movies that he's in recently.
Oh, that's right, you did.
I've seen, yes, because I go to screenings with friends and stuff. And I'm telling you, he's amazing. And I said to you the other night, I said, you know, you're up there, you're having so much fun. And pardon my French, but it's like the older we get, we just don't give a fuck anymore.
That's true.
And that's the way he was playing. He was playing this character. He was this nosy neighbor, and he was just talking and not giving a fuck. And it was so fun to watch you.
Thank you.
And you're so good.
Thank you.
Like, there's something about these older actors. Like,
I think, like you said, you don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, now it's, you know, before when we were young making those movies, it was about a career. It was about the money. It was about, you know, what do I do next? Now we just want to have fun.
We just want to have fun. And, you know, there was a gravitas to both of your performances. Like, you were really there and really solid. And in Stiletto, I just feel like you're one of the best people, if not the best person.
I love her.
That's true.
Coming from Barbara, that's amazing. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Honey.
Okay, anyone else have questions? As far as possible away. There you go.
Do you guys think we're ever gonna get a remake of Big One?
Yeah, it's happening.
Well, that's so funny.
I know.
You can talk about it.
Yeah, it's happening. I don't know the details, but it is happening. I think that it went out to market about a month ago.
They took pitches from writers for about 6 weeks, and I know 3 writers that pitched on it, and none of them got the job.
Oh, really?
But somebody got the job, and then based on their take, they were taking it out to some bigger studios to try to, you know, get somebody to give them.
I think
some
it's
money.
gonna. From what I don't know the details, but I think it's going to happen. That's our.
I think it's gonna happen too.
Unfortunately, we can't be in it.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows? I don't know who's gonna do it.
Anyone can come back.
No, we can play like a, you know, that Dick Miller, that Barbara Crampton, that Russell Todd, like part.
Or, you know what? We're the parents of us, because we're older, we look like us, and we've come back for a little closure at the mall, and of course, whatever's going to kill us
Play a
again.
different part.
I mean, if they do it, I really hope they bring those robots back unchanged.
Yeah.
I love those robots.
I think I heard that the take that they got was something different. Maybe not the
Ooh.
same robots.
I don't know. It's such a specific.
I don't know, but who knows what's gonna happen.
But I think it is. I mean, I think it. I know James Wan was mentioned like years ago. He's a huge fan of the
He loves
idea.
this
Yeah,
movie.
so as are a lot of people. I think it's a
Yeah.
surprisingly popular, really popular amongst like all the horror people. So, at least from what I've heard. I mean, I'll also want to ask, since that's sort of related to that, if there's a single movie either you both saw that made you want to get into acting in the first place.
Oh yeah. Any Danny Kaye movie.
Really?
Yes. Right? Danny Kaye was bigger than life. He was my favorite performer when I was younger. I think I started watching his movies when I was like 11. And he could do anything. He was a singer and a dancer, and he was just so funny, and he filled up the space. And years later, when I lived in Los Angeles, it was around the time of Choppingmall, he was very ill, and he was at Cedars-Sinai. And I wanted to bring him something. So I got some flowers, and I went to Cedars-Sinai, put some flowers on a card, and I walked in, and I said, I have a delivery for Danny Kaye. And they said, okay, he's on the 7th floor. And I went, oh, on the 7th floor? Okay, I'll just go to the 7th floor. So I go to the 7th floor, and I go to the nurse's station, and I say, I have something for Danny Kaye. And they said, oh, he's in room 104. If this happened today, I would have marched right into that room, but I was so nervous that I said, I can't walk into Danny Kaye's room. He's ill. The man's ill. He doesn't know me. So I said, oh no, I'm not going into room 104. I'm just going to leave them here. Could you bring them? And the woman said, you can go in there. He'd love it. And I said, no, I can't. And I didn't. And I always regret that. Anyway.
Well, he got you here though, and we all love your work. So it's Danny's partly responsible.
I think, you know, I
I didn't want to be an actor when I was growing up. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be a director. I was making home movies, Super 8 movies. I even submitted one, a Western I made, to Kodak when I was a teenager, and I got an honorable mention from the Kodak Young Filmmakers Award.
Wow.
So I took that film and I wrote, anyone knew the name Verna Fields? She won the Academy Award for editing Jaws.
Yeah.
So, I was making films as a young kid. And I thought, I'm going to be Steven Spielberg. So I literally just wrote, and I recommend this, to send letters to people that are mentors, people you want to meet, to maybe get advice. I wrote her, and I sent a copy of my film. I was living in New York. She was out here in LA, and she responded. And she said, I loved your letter. And she got a kick out of me comparing myself to Steven Spielberg. And she said, I'd love to meet you sometime. And I was at Syracuse University at that point. And we were able to bring her in to do a guest lecturing weekend, which was great. And then she said, what can I do for you? I said, I want to come to Hollywood. I want to be a film director. She got me a job as a tour guide here at Universal Studios.
Really? Wow.
It was cool. I did that for a year. Yeah. But what was really cool was I was the only tour guide that had the ability to go on the lower lot and watch any production being made because I knew her. The rest of the tour guides had to stay on the tram and, do their thing. But unfortunately, she died soon after with cancer. But she was a great lady. But on the tour, people would say to me, are you an actor? I'm sitting up at the front in an Edith Head big shirt. She designed our shirts back then. And I said, no, I'm not an actor. I want to be a film director. But people kept saying it. So I said, well, I don't know. So I got some photos and I started auditioning for commercials and I started booking commercials. And that's how I got into the business. And then I just stayed in it and never really looked back at directing. But
I think you had a good face for acting. I'm sorry.
I think it's also such a good lesson to write the letter and
it's fantastic. Write
the letter.
You never know.
Universal to get you here.
When I was an agent, I had many clients, and I would tell them, write, because they were hired by directors of photography, and I would say, write those guys, send them an email, send them your resume, send them your reel link, and who knows? No, I don't want to do that. I said, don't you think they're doing that to directors? So it just goes up the ladder, and take a chance. If you wrote 300 emails and included your resume, if you're actors or whatever business you're in, even if one responds, it's fantastic. Yeah. So it's a terrific thing to be proactive.
Yeah, I agree. More questions? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm pointing.
You could be the gal. Run
I got
you. You don't have to.
Vanna White.
You go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, hand it to somebody.
Doesn't want to give it up.
Thank you. First, thank you for coming and
Thank you.
experiencing this with all of us. I love the movie and both of you so much. I'm curious, either while you were filming or now rewatching it as audience members, what do you both think about your death scenes in the movie?
I love hers.
I had a good death scene, with the fire and everything. Wasn't me, but I appreciate the stunt doubles.
Thank God. Yeah.
I do feel like I had this one moment that I really overacted in the film, and it's right before I die. We're all crouched behind the the planters or whatever, and something happens and I go, and everybody always shows that clip in highlight reels, and I would always cringe. I overacted in that moment, but
It all works with the tone of the
I guess so, yeah.
With the tone, yeah. I mean, a lot of it is over the top for all of us, but it was just kind of the time and what everyone was doing in that movie. It was crazy. I liked the rotoscoping at the end when I died. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I'd never been rotoscoped and or electrocuted. I was usually, getting a slit throat. So, but it was cool.
And a golf cart.
And a golf cart. Hey, I'm not even a golfer.
Dude,
I got in a golf cart.
Work on this golf cart driving. It looked like.
Thank you. I practiced.
Yeah. Who else? Anyone else? There we go. Right behind you.
Hi there. So it's the first time watching this. I brought my daughter along.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. We drove like an hour and a half to get here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just made it right before it started.
They're not refunding the money.
But he kind of asked a question. You kind of finished it. But watching it with the group here today and kind of hearing everybody's cheers and such, was there like an oh shit moment when you were watching yourself on the screen today? Like you maybe thought to yourself like, oh shit, can't believe I said that or did that or
All of it. We've seen it so many times, right?
Yeah.
That every time I watch it, it's oh shit. I wish I did that differently. I wish this was shot differently.
Well, I think that's with any movie that you ever
Yeah,
do.
yeah, it's true.
Because
you always second guess yourself.
Because you don't know how you're coming off until you see the movie. And hopefully they edit you well. Sometimes they don't, right?
I think it was pretty well edited. Like it keeps the tempo. I mean, I know they cut out like 15 minutes, I think, after it changed from Killbots to Chopping Mall.
Yeah, I think so.
I always think a shorter movie is better.
Yeah.
Anyway, and you can get your point across with the least amount of shots. I think that also is better. Don't drag things out, and keep it moving. And so I think that movie does that very well. But I mean, we've seen it. I know what my performance is. It's fine.
Yeah, but every time I watch anything, this movie or these, Barbara was there too. We saw the screenings of these two films that are coming out that I'm in. I cringe. I sit there because you're that giant, and you just. I think every actor says, I'm a fraud. To some degree, you wonder, what am I doing? Is it selling?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of difficult to watch yourself. It is for me. No matter what I've done or what's coming out, it's always difficult.
Since I've been producing, I've sat in on a lot of editing sessions, and I really like the editing sessions for actors because I really pride myself on protecting the actors. And when the actors do something that I know they're good actors, but I don't know, that moment didn't work. We didn't have enough coverage on there. And I say, okay, you got to go to that other person because that moment for that actor wasn't good. And don't show that. If that's all we have, you can't show that. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to the other person. Yeah. And so I have prided myself on protecting all of my actors really well.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a question in the corner up there?
Oh, I think it's gonna make its way. No, you got it. You got the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's okay. The eating Raoul connection. Yeah. Maybe you have a good anecdote for what that is.
Yeah. For
eating,
for those two guys, for Paul and
yeah.
I don't know why he was Jim was a fan of theirs. Yeah. So I think that's the reason he brought them in to do the film.
They're playing the same characters of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sets it up as a kind of a comedy when they show
totally.
Up. They're goofing. I loved it. It was great. But
good.
I was wondering if there was just a good anecdote you haven't shared yet about that bizarre connection.
I mean, they were there for one day.
Okay.
I'm not even sure.
You guys weren't even there for that day, right? That would have been.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So no, sorry.
But Jim seemed to have his poster is it's behind the some of the other Corman posters, or he seemed to have a good sense of humor about it.
Yeah, even the sporting goods store.
Yeah. The Peck and Paw.
The music was Peck and Paw music when we came out with the guns.
I can't believe how much shit they let you do inside the mall with the guns and the explosions and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just didn't tell
They did have some problems. I remember occasionally whoever was watching us from the mall would say, "Oh, come on, this is going over the top. This is too much."
It's great. I mean, it's ask for forgiveness, I guess. Anyone else?
I'll just holler for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the thing you were just saying there with what they let you get away with all the pyro and stuff, how tight were the shoot days? Because you guys were talking about cringing at certain spots. Did you feel you got enough takes for any particular scene you were in? Did you have enough time to get kind of takes you felt confident in, or just really rushing through the shots to get through for all the setup?
I don't remember a lot of takes. You? Because
I don't remember a lot of takes, but I do remember getting to the end of the day that you always do when you're making a movie. And everybody's like, "Hurry up! Oh my God, we only have an hour."
Yeah. Yeah, like the mall's open.
It was always like that. It was like that all the time in every movie, right, Danishka?
Yes.
Danishka. Yes. Danishka is my friend who directed the remake of the Slumber Party Massacre.
Hey!
Well, you've seen that one, but you haven't seen Daughters of Darkness. But your remake, and she does other films too, and she's a brilliant director, and it's fantastic. That's the first time I ever saw anything you did. I watched that movie, and I was like, wow, that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions in the crowd, and then we'll go out to the lobby. I'll ask you guys both.
Okay. Did you have a question? Oh,
So-
do you have a question?
Somebody? Yeah. Go. Yes.
Since you clearly have some good movie recs, are there any recent movies that you've really been excited by? Besides stuff you're involved in, of course.
Recent movies that we've liked.
Yeah, that you're excited by.
I liked Weapons.
I like Weapons too. It's good.
I like that filmmaker.
Did you like at the end? Who saw Weapons?
Woo!
What did you think at the end? Did you?
We can't. I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
Let's not say it.
Never mind.
When the spaceship showed up, what did you guys think?
Yeah, when everyone died.
It might be.
Never mind. But I can just say this: that were you laughing? I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to laugh. I wanted to be continually horrified. It was weird.
I accidentally ended up singing at like an empty theater, and I so regret not being in a crowd. It's just a very different experience.
It is,
yeah.
without a doubt.
But he's very funny. He's like a comedian, and then he did Barbarians and Weapons, and now he's horror master. So
yeah,
love him. Anyone else, or should we? Go ahead.
How long after the film came out did you realize it has a cult following?
Oh, it took a while. Yeah.
I think it took a while. I don't.
Tuesday.
No, because it was, the prevailing thought about the movie was that it was a cheesy, low-budget horror movie, and it's only over time that it's really grown, and people have embraced it as an '80s throwback, fun, one of those warm blanket movies that you turn on and you watch, and you're like, oh.
And horror is back, bigger than ever.
We say it every year because it keeps growing.
Well, I just wonder what it was about the '80s too. I guess, and the birth of like this version of horror where you're not. Now it'd be very hard to get that tone across. It would feel like you're doing a gag or whatever. But there's this great tone amongst a lot of '80s horror that is very fun and rarely is dead serious. It's
like Reanimators.
There's a lot of them. But even the ones that are going for the Carpenter ones, there's this humor that is I just love '80s horror so much. It's captures the magic. So.
And I'll say one thing about that. I'll say a lot of people try to do comedy horror now, and it's very hard to do. They don't do it very well. And I always feel like if you're doing anything that has a comedic bent to it at all, you kind of have to go horror first and comedy later after. You can't go full comedy and then a little horror.
Grappling with the horror first.
It's just such a hard thing.
With the horror first, I think.
Yeah, it's such a hard line to toe.
Oh, Denise got agrees.
All right. Well, anyone else before we head out to the lobby? We'll see. They'll have a table out there, and we'll do the autographs and photos and stuff available.
Real quick, the Rambo line.
Yes.
Was it you or was it written for you?
It was written, yes. Yeah, let's send those fuckers a Rambo. It's a great line. It's one of my favorites.
Also, the Robot Blood. Is
Robot Blood. Yeah, I got those two great lines.
Yeah, a couple of great ones.
Yeah, I can't take any credit for it.
Was there any improving, or was it all Jim? Because
pretty much everything was in the script. Like, did you ask me, or somebody else asked me? You said that. That gentleman asked me, did you guys ad-lib it? It is Dave, isn't it? He was excited that I might say yes, but the answer was no.
Sorry.
All right, well, let's get, unless there's anyone else who wants to say something, and then we'll move to
thank you so much, guys.
We're going to
we really appreciate it.
drinks at the bar, and we'll have a table set up out there. So thank you, guys.